Good morning campers and welcome to the Kit List, the show where we teach you everything there is to know about staycationing this summer. I'm Liv.
And I'm Tom, and in today's episode we've got a load of different tips and tricks to help you live the summer life to the fullest.
As well as a bit of fun with this week's challenge. Let's see who's competing today.
It seems it's a battle of the regions, the Midlands versus the North. Keep watching to find out who triumphs in tent tactics for a space on the leaderboard.
Now, summer is fast approaching and we thought it would be appropriate to take a look at the festivals that took our socials by storm last summer.
From Download to Parklife, UK festivals had something for all of the Brits to enjoy. Here's some of our favourite moments.
It's safe to say summer 2021 had many iconic moments that made up for lost time over the pandemic. Have you got any favourites, Tom?
Definitely. I mean, have to say, going to Leeds Festival, watching the Kid Laroi perform, amazing atmosphere, beautiful food, beautiful people, having a great time.
I went to Parklife last year and I saw Liam Gallagher headline and it was the most amazing experience ever. I mean, it was quite cramped and quite hot, but I mean, the experience itself was really exciting.
That's a festival.
Yeah. So, if you are going to a festival this year, some of the outfits you might want to consider wearing is this top and these pants.
Oh, definitely. Love the trippy vibe. Perfect festival.
Yeah, and there's a bit of colour in there, so you stand out from the crowd. But with a plain and simple top, so it's not too much. Secondly, this groovy top and these shorts.
Oh, nice. Even more groovy. Yeah, even more a trippy vibe. I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm being told as well that's only £2.
£2 for that. Which, I mean, I'm not sure how you'd put it on.
No, you find out though. There must be instructions.
With some tight little shorts like that in a festival. And you're not going to be too hot either, so perfect. Perfect outfit for a perfect festival.
Yeah.
What about for a man, some t-shirt and some shorts?
I'm not going to lie, this is my everyday look.
Specifically for you this time.
Yeah, this is made for me. Definitely. I'd wear this to a festival. I'd wear this to anything. So
to the shop.
Yeah.
No, but it's perfect because it's like simple but comfortable at the same time, and I feel like comfort's key when you're at a festival.
100%.
Yeah, and even this rain mac.
This is my favourite.
For in case the weather gets a little bit.
Definitely.
I mean,
and there's loads of different colours and different things you can find on the site, and they're only £5.
£5.
£5.
And they come in different colours. That's perfect.
Yeah, different colours.
I think I'd go for the clear option because then you could still see like your groovy pants underneath the rain mat.
Yeah, keep that groovy look going.
Yeah.
100%.
Perfect. And finally, if you need a bag when you go to a festival, what about this?
I like holographic look.
Perfect. You could be at a festival and then just need like something
all the
out
essentials.
Yeah, you could just. I feel like you don't need a lot when you go to a festival either.
No, definitely not.
So you could stash it all in there and then free to do whatever dancing you want. Perfect. So yeah, I think that rounds up all of our outfits for this festival.
Some great things there to consider. Product of the week when it comes down to festival living are these little shampoo soap bars.
If you've been to a festival before, you know that showering there isn't always a pleasant experience. So to make it easier, we'd recommend taking one of these things for a reasonable price of £3.
The way they work is simple. You just lather them up like a normal soap bar, but just use the suds as shampoo. You can even use it instead of shower gel.
And you won't have to take a big toiletry bottle with you, so you'll save plenty of room in your rucksack for more important things.
Great stuff. To round up our festival chat, we thought today it might be worth mentioning that volunteering at festivals is also a great experience to be part of that festival lifestyle without the hefty price tag.
For example, you could volunteer with WaterAid and find yourself in the famous Glastonbury Festival, not for the faint of heart. Now it's time for this week's challenge, Tent Tactics. But what's it all about?
Well, let me tell you. Tent Tactics is as simple as challenges can get here on the kit list. 2 teams from across the UK will go head to head with one easy task. The task in hand? Each team has simply got to put the tent up in the time faster than their opponents. The twist being that there are no instructions provided.
Just to add to the pressure, the losing team has to spend the night in their tent. Will the teams panic or will they find a tactical approach? It's time to find out in part 1 of the competition.
Hi, I'm Finn, I'm 19 years old and I'm from Dudley.
Hi, I'm Grace, I'm 20 and I'm from Wolverhampton.
And together we are the Yam Yams. My experience with camping is quite knowledgeable since I was in scouting for over 10 years, so I know what I'm doing.
My experience with camping is quite similar to Finn's. I was also a member of Scouts and I've been on quite a few family holidays camping as well.
I think we know what to do, so try our best. Lose your tent and your poles and go slower than us. Take your time. Bring it on!
An interesting start to the competition from Team Yam Yams.
Find out if they've done enough to win later in the show when the second team take their chances.
Until then, it's time we really lived up to our name on the show and showed you what we like to call Camping 101.
We've got so many items to walk you through that are key to a smooth camping experience.
To kick us off, the most key item to any camping trip would obviously have to be a tent. Don't fancy fixing poles, beams might be the way to go.
A pop-up tent is more my style. Quick, easy, simple. In studio today, we've got a classic 3-man that will set you back roughly around £100. It's great if you're camping in pairs, and you've got kit too, because there will be plenty of room in there.
The perfect bonus about these styles of tent is there's actually an identical door on the back of the tent too, so you can get in and out from either side. But there's also a built-in ground sheet that will stop you from having to use one of these.
Ground sheets are the perfect tool to protect your tent from the inevitable muddy fields and start from as little as £5. A must-have if you ask us.
Now obviously camping comes without the home comforts, so you want to make the use of the best night's sleep.
Airbeds are the perfect step up from your typical D&V roll mat and can still be compact. The one we've got today to show you is only around £10 at most retailers and has a built-in pump so you can save space when it comes to packing.
If camping is something you fancy doing more permanently, camp beds might be a useful investment to you, although they often cost a hell of a lot more and are quite bulky.
It's the same situation with sleeping bags. If you're on a one-off trip, something cheap and cheerful might be the way to go, but dependent on what time of year, you might find yourself a bit cold.
A handy tip that you might not know is that sleeping bags are produced by number of seasons, a bit like duvets are by togs. The colder the weather, the more seasons you're going to need.
The one we've got here is 3 seasons, so it's suitable for almost all year round. It does retail at £80 though, so we'd recommend you don't make any rush decisions.
Instead, you might want to try one like this one, because it's only half the price, but it's 2 seasons and still suitable for temperatures around 8 to 20 degrees. Great for those summer nights.
Moving on to luggage, rucksacks are your typical camping gear as they're way more practical than taking a suitcase. You can also use them for long walks to make sure you've got all your essentials.
If it's an expedition you're looking for to plan, you'll want your rucksack the bigger the better, like this one. But it's a family stroll, one half the size would be more than suitable.
As we mentioned earlier with the festival tips, sensible shoes are very important. While they're less glamorous, walking boots are the best way forward and will protect you for almost every terrain.
You can even pick up one of these handy boot bags to store them in and keep the mud away from the rest of your belongings.
The final thing we want to talk you through is the dreaded cooking side of camping. Most campsites will have an electric hookup option for your cooking gadgets.
One of the most popular choices is a gas cooker as they're widely available, but we want to show you the old-fashioned way.
Set up here, we've got a Trangia that all you need to do is light with methylated spirits. It couldn't be easier, unless of course you forgot your matches. You'll want some sort of utensil to cook though.
Funnily enough, I found the answer to space saving, which is actually a spork. It's a one-stop shop to practicality, and I find you have a bit of fun whilst you're cooking.
Seeing as we're talking about cooking, I have to mention that my favourite meal to cook when I'm camping is just some classic pasta. You can get some small sauce pots, which mean you don't have to pack any heavy jars.
Pasta I could get on board with, but I'm more than happy with some instant noodles. Some might say that's a bit of a boring choice though.
You know what no one would judge you for? Having a quality brew with your tea. Thermal flasks are perfect for on the go in everyday life. So it's not just camping you can have them for, and you probably already own one.
Now that rounds us to the end of our whistle-stop camping tour.
We hope we've shed some light on the camping basics for the ultimate kit list inspiration. Don't forget to check out our Instagram for more information.
Now it's time to head back to the competition and find out how the second team fared in the challenge.
I'm Francis Whitehead, I'm 20 years old and I'm from Burnley.
Kieran Elliott, I'm also 20 years old and I'm from Burnley too.
Together we are team winners.
I went camping in my backyard and then it rained.
Camping once as a little family trip, and the entire time I was scared that a bear was just going to rip through my tent door. So let's just hope there aren't any bears around Peel Park. Obviously, we're team winners, aren't we?
In the name.
It's in the name.
By not winning, we are letting ourselves down.
Exactly. Let's make a good do of this, I think.
Too right. Enjoy the night in the tent. It's going to be cold.
And pack a spare pair of underpants.
Yeah.
Where's the zip? You've got the zip. I've got the zip. Right, don't be drawn, it'll be like, is this a poncho? You know in primary school when you had that big... Oh god.
I think this is the bottom.
Here, that'll be the door, wouldn't it? These bad boys together. Door, isn't it? Look at that, that is obviously a door.
Get the pipes.
Push it. Push. Oh, and that's the floor. Not flaps and... Oh, I'm going as well! Ah! Try and spread it out a bit. If I just I can't go away, Frank. For what? Oh, it's horrible in here. In a claggy.
So no, it's Team Frank.
Yeah, I can get you a headphone.
We've won!
That is a tent! We've got a tent! We've got a tent!
I've
section. The front bit is a bit. I'm going in. Have a bird. Oh yes! Yes! That's it. Surely the tent is made.
I don't think it did that bad actually. I think we did alright.
I think we did absolutely amazing. Look at this, the fruits of our labour. I sleep in that. We had tensions, we had our little arguments, but we got there in the end. This is our baby. This, we need to name it.
Fruits of our labour.
This is Isaac Jr. Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! 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 Come on! Ah!
Well, scouts here, sad.
Imagine losing.
Joining us live from studio is Finn from Team Yam Yams. Welcome to the show, Finn.
Thank you for having me.
Commiserations to you and Grace for missing out on the win in just a minute and a half. How are you feeling after seeing the other team's performance?
A little bit disheartened, but after looking at our performance back, I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the intro you've been scouting for over 10 years. Did you expect to whiz through this challenge because of your experience?
I expected to find it a bit less difficult than it did, but obviously all the experience has just sort of gone somewhere. I expected to find it a bit less difficult than it did, but obviously all the experience has just sort of gone somewhere.
Yeah, well, when did you think the turning point of going wrong was?
Well, when I opened the bag and I couldn't remember which bit went on the top and which bit went on the bottom, I thought we were pretty stuffed at that point, and then when we ended up putting the poles in the wrong places as well.
It's a challenge that seems so simple, but when you're in that position, the pressure's on. Were you expecting the challenge to be as difficult as it was?
It was made a little bit more difficult with the pressure of being timed and filmed, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. So it was challenging.
Well, thanks, Finn, for coming to chat to us about your experience with the challenge. Do you think you're well prepared enough to half your time if you did it again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Amazing.
I definitely want to try again.
Oh, a rematch.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you for coming to chat with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Let's have a look at how you and Grace got on with your full fit experience.
Keep that clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn, do you remember that Alice the camel had 5 hubs?
Do you remember when we did this in Explorers and we melted the table? Do we put that on? No, we don't. That's to kill it later.
Oh, no, you gotta cut it off.
That's what we've got a spork for.
I don't think I should give him my day job.
We could just have some noodles.
Oh, no, look.
It's 7 o'clock and we're in for the night now. So,
We decided that we would play a game of
Uno.
Then you'd have to put down that one.
And 6.
Yeah, because it's either the same number
Or lower.
or the same colour.
I had to tell Grace that I've never actually played Uno before, so you might win.
I win. That marks the end of our overnight camp sleepover
Right. It's been fun.
for some of us.
So now we're going to turn in for the night.
So good night and thank you for watching.
Well, it definitely looks like Grace and Finn tried to make the most of their night in the light summer evenings.
While they attempted cooking and filling up some time, I'm actually going to let you on a little secret. They didn't quite mention. They only managed to stay in the tent till 2 a.m.
Oh dear me. Well, commiserations to Team Yam Yams for being such a great sport.
And congratulations to Team Winners for winning. You definitely picked your name wisely.
Now, if camping isn't exactly your style, there are many alternatives you can try that will still get you enjoy with the great outdoors with all the family.
Whether you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime B&B to visit or camping with a little extra glam, here's our top choices for destinations and might just take your fancy. I have to say those tent pods look really cool. Might even have to try one myself this summer.
Yeah, definitely. I think the glamping teepees are a bit more my style. Don't forget to check out our Instagram page for all our links and inspiration destinations.
And that's all we've got time for this week. Join us next week when we'll be exploring all the types of activities you can have a go at yourself in the great outdoors.
Yes, from mountain biking in Wyre Forest to zip lining in Wales, we'll be covering it all. But until then, don't forget to get out in your local area and enjoy the fresh air.
See you next week.
Bye!